I went with the Avenger because it was a nice ship. It was available to me in the assets. It has them nice guns, and most importantly, for this story, has those cryo containment cells. I arrived at the concept for the commercial after very little thought and a lot of improvising. I honestly just made it up as I went along, creating the fluff for the previous submissions, and what I ended up with I combined into the final product, and what you see as the final product is what I ended up. The biggest inspiration or influence was probably the rum, mostly the rum, and good music. The biggest challenge I had in the development of the idea, or the commercial as a whole, was a large lack of rum. The biggest challenge I had in developing the idea was the general bugs that happened in CryEngine when you try to make a large world in a small world engine. So when you try to give it a lot of skill, not a lot of things scale up correctly. I've done this type of stuff quite often before with the creating stuff in CryEngine, editing it all together, making some sort of coherent video out of it. But story-wise, not so often, so this is quite a unique opportunity to get some experience in that field. The main tool I used for this project was CryEngine as a license. It's a nice engine to work with, but on this sort of stuff with large scale, it is quite complicated and difficult. Also, Sony Vegas Pro for the editing and MS Paint for some textures. What was I doing again? Oh right, the Avenger. I kind of forgot what I was going to do. Anyway, let me introduce the team. This here is Bob. He does creative consulting and wears fake glasses. And then there's me, Ed. We haven't really done much work yet due to the overabundance amount of time between the submission dates and focusing on a different project as well, which we are taking some assets from, like this level here. Anyway, guess I'll just show you what I've got so far. On with the show. My process for creating a video basically starts off with CryEngine, where it also ends. I come up with an idea how to execute said idea, and I start executing it step by step. Along the way, make a few test videos to see how it looks on screen, and at some point I finish, record the final product and edit it all together and add some sound. Well, I started with the asteroid hangar because it was fun to do and quite easy. I greyboxed it up from the beginning, as you can see in the video, eventually textured it, refined it, added some other stuff, lighting, particle effects. Even added some music into the game so I could listen to while working, test some other stuff out. if you're a complete beginner and you want to start off with this sort of work, you're best off trying first to import the Star Citizen assets into 3ds Max or CryEngine 5. And there are various methods on this found on the forums or the internet. And eventually, if you start off with CryEngine, you could find a whole lot of documentation online on their wiki. Most difficult thing to finish was definitely the particle effects, mostly because of bugs, but also getting the effect I wanted on screen and actually having it somewhat realistic, as in the the speed of the projectiles coming out of the Avenger, for instance, or the explosion, or the little bits of the Retaliator flying off. It's the little things that matter. I honestly didn't spend too much time on the project. Per submission, maybe between 4 and 6 hours in the engine, an hour or two of recording and an hour or two of rendering, and maybe a few minutes of editing. That's about it.
The Aegis Avenger Stalker, one of the best budget ships any young and inspiring or old and demanding bounty hunter could ask for. When danger's afoot, the Tiger Streak nose gun breathes hellfire on demand. With up to 8 cryo-containment cells, you can haul plenty of bounties without sacrificing basic amenities like a comfy bed. Its surprisingly large engines provide copious amounts of thrust. No matter the length of your journey, no matter the length you have to go, the Avenger will get you there. With its penguin-inspired body, she has excellent re-entry attributes. No matter where your search leads you, the Avenger will take you there. Once you've found your prey, the Avenger can handle that too. The Aegis Avenger Stalker, available at your local authorized Aegis dealership.
I thought the project was a nice distraction from the usual, might I say, boring CryEngine stuff I usually do with the preview videos. Not much work or variation goes into those. So actually having a bit of a story in a video for once was quite nice. That and grey boxing the asteroid level was quite fun to do.